No, fuck Ben.
I'll get your mail.
Alright Michael, what are we doing today?
Well, last episode we asked the viewers at home which car should we be working on. Should we be working on the Gemini or the XF? And the results are, the Gemini's out and the XF is in. That's right, the Gemini is unfortunately out for the minute. We are going to be spending our time this weekend working on the XF. Now when we made that poll and we asked you guys at home which car we're going to work on, the results are actually 50-50. Literally 49 and 51%. That's how much of an even split it was, on Instagram anyway. On the YouTube I feel like it was more towards the XF. Now, the reason why we talked about bringing the XF in now and moving the Gemini off to the side for a little bit is because doing rust repairs is going to take a lot of time. There's a reason why we haven't done body work on this channel before. It's because it just takes time and it's just repetitive. It's the same thing. So we don't want to make 3 weeks worth of videos literally just fixing rust, because that's going to be boring for you guys at home. The plan is, what we'll do now is we will still repair that just in our spare time, and we'll just montage it. We'll basically film what we can, collect what we can from it all, put it all together, and we'll make one mega episode of it all montaged and shortened down. So what looks like for you guys, a half-hour episode, is probably like going to be 3 weeks of work.
So it'll probably sound like...
So that's the plan. You still will see the booger repairs that we do on that thing. We are still going to show it. We are never going to hide the work that we do, no matter how bad it gets. But in the meantime, what we thought is we're going to focus on getting this thing done so we can get this thing out of here and bring in the LS Turbo project. So yeah, we should probably run through the XF, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at it. For those that don't remember, because it's ages ago since we introduced this to the channel now. Let's have a look.
This car, it is just a cruiser. The plan is just to turn it into a cruiser. But I just really want to get on the road so I can get to the mods.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you guys want to see the mods. So we just really want to just fix what we need to fix so we can pass a roadie, and then I can get it on the road, and then I will clean up, you know, like paint the trims and stuff all at home and re-sticker it at home and buff it and that, and then bring it back for the mods. So we just kind of got to get bulk of items fixed, like currently running off a jumped wire through the relay block. We don't have an exhaust stick because it's rusted off.
That's the only rust in this car that we know of.
Yeah, that's the only rust. There's no rust in this car. This car is a great car. It starts, drives. There is a transmission leak that we do need to try and source. I'm kind of hoping it's just like the transcooler line that just needs a beep.
Yeah, I think that might be an understatement because it leaks a lot of fluid.
It leaks a lot of fluid. I got another center console for it that I bought off Facebook and spent hours cleaning. Oh, we've got a sun visor that we need to bolt on.
Yeah.
It's white, but who cares? We'll bolt it on and
anyway.
I'll paint it later. So yeah, there's a few things we can do, and I'm pretty keen to work on it.
Yeah, let's get into it.
I'm really excited.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Something other than the Gemini.
Something other than the Gemini. So when I picked this car up, it wouldn't start. So I put a new battery in it, put new terminals on it. It turned over, started, turned it off, wouldn't start again. I had nothing, no fuel pump, nothing. So then I put a new fuel pump in it. So it's got a brand new fuel pump in it. And then I still had nothing. I had to put my Michael pants on. And then I was diagnosing electrical and where power is coming in, why isn't it not going there. And then I realized that the relay was dead, so I just jumped it. And then I was like, yeah, it started, I'm driving it home. So right now, the major fixes we need to do or need to address is why we have that electrical problem, and the major fuel leak on our fuel line coming into the rail.
Yeah,
that is spraying fuel everywhere. So I think we'll focus on them two first.
So the handy thing is, because you got that in there, we can just pull this. And now we have no fuel pump, so let's depressurize it. Alright, let's run until it dies, I guess.
It won't even start.
So it's this black one that you've got the hose clamp dodgily.
Yes.
Runs it.
My dodgy fix to get it here.
Yeah. All we need to do is basically just make a new fitting from there.
Yeah, so we basically just got to find a barb fitting that fits that thread.
Yeah, we might have one laying around, otherwise we'll order one. I don't know anything about XFs. Like,
I don't
XFs are completely new to me.
really know much about the Crossflow EFI.
All I know is they made really good taxis.
Most good taxis, yeah, because they never die. Mate, this thing's got 340 on the clock.
Oh, barely worn in.
Yeah. The rings have just bed in.
It's good for a turbo now.
Yeah, exactly. It's got the perfect amount of blow-by.
So you can see, I'll pull this out, Nathan's repair, which look, it worked, didn't it?
You got it here.
Got you home. There's obviously a crack in here, so what have you done? You put a bit of rubber and a hose clamp?
Some rubber and a hose clamp over.
Hey, if it worked, yeah.
Yeah, got it here. Slowed the leak at least.
It slide the leak, yeah. That could be a problem because that's the opposite way around to the way the Raceworks fittings work,
Yep.
isn't it? The trouble that we're having is, you can see here, the fitting that goes into there is like, that's the male version, I suppose, of a chamfered fit. I don't know what you call that. So that means that it's a female version of that, and the Racework fittings that we have are all female versions on the inside as well too, so there's nothing for it to actually compress against and seal. And being that it's fuel, we want to make sure that it does seal, otherwise it will be very quick to start a fire in this thing, and the XF will have a very short-lived life. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and pull the regulator out and have a look at it outside of the car, because it's a bit hard to work in there. The good thing is these do fit, the Raceworks fitting -6 lines do thread up, so we're working in the right thread pitch. We're going to see if maybe that regulator, maybe that's just a union, and we can pull it off and change that to the actual regulator, and we'll see what we can do from there. Because if that's the case, that's easy. We can put a union on it and the job done. So we're going to pull that reg out and work on the bench and see what we can do with it.
Hello.
That doesn't look like it separates, does it?
Nope. No. It's definitely one. How are you going to do this?
You know what we do? We cut this off and we TIG on something. So this is the fuel line that goes from the hard line to the fuel regulator, and the big issue that we're having is there's a crack somewhere in here, and this is what is actually leaking, which is no good. Now we would love to just replace this with just a OEM replacement part. Trouble is we can't find anywhere to actually get these anymore. They don't seem to make them anymore, and we can't seem to get them on the internet. The only other option really would be to go to the wreckers, but we haven't had a chance to do that.
It's somewhere there. It's very high up.
Yeah, it's not ideal, is it?
Yeah.
Alright, so what we have found is I found the old fuel rail from my old XF, because I swapped that out a couple of times because I had a lot of issues with my XF with fuel stage. XH, sorry. Yeah, my old XH. It has this fitting here. Now this fitting, the nut should, I'm about to break this, should be the same as the nut that we're dealing with. And we kind of want to take that nut off because we've got a couple of ideas that we might be able to really dodgy something up here to get us by. Because we realised we pulled this off, which is all well and good.
Jesus.
Yeah. Which is all well and good, but there is one problem. We want to try and figure out why that relay's not working. And for me to diagnose why that relay's not working, we're going to have to run the pump. And now we have exposed fuel line. So we want to just make something up that maybe we can see if it works for forever or
it doesn't leak, yeah.
So I'm going to try and explain this on the whiteboard because it's a little too hard to see on the camera exactly what's going on here. If you imagine this is this fitting here, which is our standard OEM fitting, and this is our fuel regulator. The way that these work is they have a flare fitting inside here. When you do these up, that obviously tightens up together, which means there's no leaks. Trouble is, in the OEM setting, this is the male side of the flare and this is the female side of the flare. You can see how that angle is pointed towards to go into the fuel regulator. With aftermarket fittings, where this would bolt on, it doesn't go that way. It goes this way, which means you have two female fittings trying to go together. This won't seal and you're going to get leaks. Now, Nathan and I have two ideas on how we might be able to get around this. Or at least it's a dodgy way of doing it anyway. Using a spare fitting that we have from my old XH, what Nathan's going to do is he's going to cut down here to release this nut and also cut out the internal of that. I want the nut, he wants the internal of that. What I'm hoping to do is make a hard line out of some aluminium tubing that we've got sitting in the back shed, and I'm going to flare it, and then I'm going to use this nut to go on like that, which will then bolt onto that thread there, and I'm hoping what it will do is actually bolt up, go tight. This flare here will get compressed into there and we won't get any leaks. Nathan's idea works a little bit different. Nathan's idea is to use the Raceworks fitting, which has the female like this. What he's going to do is he's going to try and take this little tiny ball in here, cut it out, turn it into just a ball with a hole going through it, and he's going to put the ball in there. And that way, when you do this nut up across the top of these, it'll pull them in together and pull it tight and effectively adapt a female to a female. Now we have no idea if this is going to work, but we thought we might as well give it a crack. So we're going to try both options and see which one works. And whichever one works the best, we're going to run with that.
Probably just could order a Raceworks reg and we'd be done.
Do an external reg and it'd be sweet. We probably could just order a replacement hose from somewhere. Someone has to make a replacement.
No, I can't. I tried.
Even a Wreckers, we could just go to Wreckers, but we're here now. We're impatient. We want to get done.
Oh, you want me to cut it?
Sure.
All right.
Keep the nut because I want to keep that.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep.
There you go, my good sir.
I want the nut.
And there is our ball fitting that we could probably just slot in the back, and that can adapt our female to female.
That is so dodgy though. How are you going to keep it from turning? Because it's a ball.
Yeah, I
It just
know.
turns.
Glue it in. I reckon this could work, man.
We're both running two completely different. Yeah, until it rotates and then you
Yeah,
can't.
but once it's done up, it won't rotate.
See if that will slip inside something.
What do you mean?
If this bit here will slip inside the reg. If that slips inside the reg side.
Oh! No, it's got to be cut.
Damn, we need a lathe. So Nathan's idea is he wants to put in the ball.
Right? Slot that in there, and then we get our Raceworks fitting because that has chamfered like that. And then that will tighten up on that perfectly. And then bada bim.
That's Nathan's idea. My idea is I'm going to use this. I'm going to use a bit of hardline and make a flare and see if we can make a chamfer fitting for that.
It'll look uglier though. See, this could work.
Yeah, I don't know. You're never going to keep it straight. You do that, you come back to me.
I reckon that could almost fit. I wonder if I just sanded it down a bit. Alright, I'll come back to you.
Right.
Look at that, mate. That is perfect.
Can't get over how dodgy this is.
Look at that. See? Seal. Seal. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Look how happy he is.
Da-da-da.
Hang on, can I look at
No,
mine?
you can keep going. You can keep
no,
going.
I'm done.
Oh,
Look at this. Look at this option.
okay.
Now hang on, you hold the camera.
Here, I'll hold the camera and you show me your idea.
I haven't tested yet because you've been hogging the regulator. Look. Bang.
Ooh, okay. Is it going to pull up?
That's the thing, I don't reckon it's going to pull up.
Tight?
Boom! That's tight as.
Is it? Oh wow, they both work. Alright.
I'm kind of curious.
What do you want to do? Do you want to just cut that there, flare it so then the hose has something to seal onto?
Yeah, look, honestly, your idea is going to be better because you can just go straight to a hose.
Yeah, but what if it doesn't work? It's
the-
pretty freaking dodgy, my ball.
Oh, look, it was tight. There's only
It
one.
did pull up.
There's only one way to find out, and that's to try it. Yeah.
Alright, well let's just do it.
This is just a backup. It's so dodgy. We could just get a new one. Alright, so we have a fitting on. I wouldn't recommend doing this at home, but a roadside repair, it could work if you happen to have a grinder and a second set of fuel line,
Yeah.
I guess. If there is replacement parts, let us know, because we'll buy one. We just couldn't find one, and this is going to work for the minute, we hope. We might go to the Wreckers and get another one, but for today, this will probably get us by, and look, if it works.
It
let's be
works.
honest, we probably won't change it. So that little ball that Nathan cut up, we put inside. We ran a screwdriver down the length of it. Oh, I might just put a hole through the reg, who knows. We ran a screwdriver through it so that it makes sure that it didn't turn and like restrict anything. And then we just nipped it up and it's nice and tight. Our theory is now that it's nice and tight, it shouldn't go anywhere because it's compressed. That's the idea of the compression fittings. The flares interlock and don't go anywhere. And you can see when you actually shine a light down it, you can see it goes all the way through. So we're gonna see if it works. So let's put it back on. We are then going to
Put a hose?
put a hose on it, can see what happens. But at least now this will hopefully get us by for the rest of the day. So now I can look into why that relay isn't actually working. This is quite the elaborate temporary fix.
What do you mean? This isn't a temporary fix. We know this. If this works, sorry.
Just carry an extinguisher with you everywhere you go.
This is a permanent fix.
Under the sea. That aircon line is really annoying, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Maybe we should just
Don't say get rid of the aircon.
get rid of it.
That's better.
Beautiful. Hit the key, boy!
Let's get rid of all the oil, the fuel first, eh?
Oh, we'll do it out there then. I'm excited.
So you ready?
Yep.
Any legs?
Nope.
No. Start it.
Yeah, go.
Oh my god, that is the hackiest of hacks.
Hey, I just want to run my hands around it.
Good work. Dry?
Dry as a bone.
How good's that? That works. Sometimes you just gotta make shit work.
Wow.
Alright, well, let's wash the shed out.
Wash the shed out
put
and
it back
try
in.
and fix this fault, eh?
Yeah. This is a little bit of a funny relay, this one. It doesn't just like open and close the circuit, it actually swaps between two circuits. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. I guess inside just like regulates pressure or something like that. And I don't know, that's weird. So what we figured out is this yellow wire here, that is the fuel pump power wire. So it's actually what provides power to the fuel pump. These are triggers. The triggers seem to be working from what I can tell, but for some reason we're not getting power to here. Now, we found a crude wiring diagram online which says that yellow wire goes directly to the battery with a 10 amp inline fuse in it. We have a lot of yellow wires to pick from here, as you can see. The trouble is none of them are, can't line them up to actually figure out which is which is kind of annoying because this has had a lot of aftermarket stuff put on it. Like it's got the cruise control in it, so that could be playing up with it as well too. And it looks like it's had an aftermarket alarm system put in it at some stage as well too. And I'm wondering whether they're interrupting the fuel pump circuit so that the car wouldn't start. Like that could have been the kill switch, which could be why all this is happening and what's going on here. So what I want to do is I'm going to trace back my yellow wire to figure out where it's heading to. And hopefully that'll give me an idea of where it's been intercepted. I'm thinking these wires here could be it.
Hey.
Which leads
So
to
it's that
this
one.
fuse here, which we checked just before and it looked good. So, because I just checked this for continuity
Yeah.
and it was working. So, I wonder if it's a case of this is burnt out. Sometimes they burn out and they get crusty. And then you don't get any power being sent through.
Yeah.
Alright, so we know that's our problem then. For some reason this fuse is not happy, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to put in a newer blade inline fuse, a bit more modern than these old ones. We'll do that. Once we get that done, then we can move on to the center console.
Yep.
This one we can literally just like run towards the battery. Alright, start her up.
You know why? It's got that new fuel pump.
Kicking goals! Good work.
We nailed it.
Hell yeah.
We're kicking goals today.
I know. I think we should get a reward one done now. Next big thing on the agenda is the console.
That's not ideal.
Fords, right? They never have seemed to get door handles right
Especially on
and the
these.
console bucket right.
Yeah.
Even when I bought my XF, the console bucket was crushed in and console sagged because when you get in the car, people push on the console to like straighten themselves up and just like fall through. So I was chasing forever and I got one on Facebook Marketplace with a good bucket, reasonably good bucket, and I've spent a long time cleaning the console up. It needs a new lid retrimmed, but anyway, it's better than what is in it and it cleaned up really well.
So this is what we mean by the console is smashed.
Yeah, the bucket is completely destroyed and this is all pulled away.
Yeah, so you can see it's all broken up, it's pretty damaged. All this is rooted as well too and pretty ugly. The new one you got looks really good.
Yeah, so new console should look a million times better.
Yep. There you go. Looks like a rubbish bin. What the?
It was stuffed with like 10 shirts to hold the console.
Ah, it's to stop it from
So
going
I
down.
ripped all the shirts out and the console just went boom.
So this is the old, and this is the new. The new looks really good. That was a steal.
I spent a long time cleaning it up.
Yeah.
Like I gutted it to nothing.
It looks good though.
Yeah, it
like
come
all
up
the plastics
alright.
are in good condition. Wait, the big test. Is this clean? Look at the old one.
I scrubbed that out big time.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's good to go. The only thing I do have to do is I got to fill in, because I sanded and polished this. I've just got to fill it in paint. I got to fill the paint back in.
You polished it.
Yeah. I had the drill on it and then I sanded it and polished it.
Why? Why am I not even surprised?
Come on, good man.
That looks so much better. How much better does that look? So clean. We have a list of things that are important to do today, but Nathan wants to do something that's more important
It's gonna
in
take 5
his eyes.
seconds to bolt it up.
And this is his reward, apparently, for getting the fuel pump working.
Our reward.
And that
So-
is?
So everyone knows that every car I have has a sun visor on it. So I made sure I got one for this car. I know it's white, but that's right, I'll paint it later. We just
No,
gotta
but
get
if
it
we
on.
put, hey, but the red and white, it's gonna look like the Australia Post. Oh, it's gonna look like an Australia Post car.
Oh, we should put Oz Post
Yes!
decals on it. I think we need to put the bracket on first. That's where
Better in every single way. Could open a shop just installing sun visors. If that was still a thing, which I'm sure it was back in the day.
It's made it look 10 times better. Besides it being white, but yeah. Mud flaps need to come off next.
I love the mud flaps. They look so old school.
Fine, we'll leave it for now.
They look. Yeah, I know what the first thing you do when you get home is take them off.
Yeah, I do. Because I got to paint the guard black. I got to re-sticker the guard.
Yeah,
I got to buff the whole thing.
looks good. Yeah, that was way better. Why does the sun visor change a car so much?
Why are sun visors just so good? They need to make them for new cars.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen anymore.
Nah,
Aerodynamics.
Yeah, that'll
Aero. This is actually the first time we've been under it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is. You know what? I wonder if it's leaking from the front. Where did you think it's leaking from?
I was told selector shaft, but to be honest with you, it's looking very wet around those two fittings that go into the trans.
It's very gunky.
It is very gunky. No idea where that transmission leak is.
I wonder if it's just the pan, if we give the pan a nip. I mean, if we're going to service it, we might as well pull that off and do a filter in it.
Might as well buy one.
Yeah.
Put a new gasket on it.
But there's nothing under here that I'd be worried about.
Yeah.
All the bushes look good. Wow. For you?
Oh, okay. That's got a zip tie in the wheel.
Oh, there's plenty of meat left on these brake pads.
man. It's freaking mint.
The rotors are fine. There's no lipping, no nothing. This is like the complete opposite to the Gemini.
Yeah, I know, isn't it?
All right, so I've had a walk around underneath it, and it actually looks really good.
Yeah.
It doesn't need brakes. The rotors are good. We took off the brake shoes, the brake drums. The shoes look good in that as well too in the rear.
Yep, very impressed.
All the bushes look really good. Probably just need to change a couple of sway bar bushes.
Yeah, sway bar bushes are blown out. Other than that, transmission mount. But then other than that, it's kind of just service items.
That's the exhaust tip that we're going to use. Once again, my old HQ exhaust system has come to the rescue. And we're going to use, look how good I did this for you. I even chamfered the edges.
Oh, very nice.
Just like a pipe welder you're going to be.
Yeah. You can go up into the...
Cool, right? Now, obviously, this is temporary because, as Nathan pointed out before, the exhaust in his car should end here,
Yes.
not here. This is for roadway purposes. That looks alright. The black hides the crimes.
That looks good.
Yeah, looks better than what it was. And most importantly, you drop something. And secondly, it'll pass roadworthy.
Alright. Pressure washing time. Could the rocket cover come up?
I know, it looks mint. Jeepers.
I was gonna go in there with a brush.
That's probably not steam, that's probably chemicals like vaporizing.
Yeah, actually I think this head's a bit brutal.
It's come up like brand new.
I know, hasn't it?
Look at that rocket cover.
Yeah. What leak?
Hey, so far we've done really well today. It's running better than it ever was.
Yeah.
We fixed the fuel leak in the dodgiest way that we could possibly think of. But it's working, isn't it?
Now, adaptable. I'm going to call it the adaptable.
The adaptable.
Oh, the adaptable.
The adaptable.
The adaptable. Perfect.
Trademark PTYT.
Well, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to jack the car up to underneath and all that. But anyway, these guys have seen me do this a million times. And we're going to do the Gemini.
Yeah, while the pressure washer's here.
While the pressure washer's here, we might as well do the Gemini as well. Because that's been driving me mental at how dirty that thing is as well. So we might as well bring that back and do it. But look how good the silver looks.
I know, it come up so well.
So that come up really good. I'm happy with that. I'm going to keep going a bit more because obviously we need to pass already. So it needs to look pretty schmicky. Order some parts and we'll be back on it next week.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, don't forget to head over to Burson Garage using the link below and sign up. You get membership deals and stuff like that. And also don't forget to head into your local Burson Auto Parts store. And also don't forget to check out the Hackshop merchandise. Still got fender covers. We're still selling hoodies and shirts, I think.
Yeah, there's a restock coming. I know we're out a few sizes at the minute, but we are hoping to restock in the next couple of weeks. So
yes,
we'll get that rolling. But there's plenty of stickers. All that goes a really long way to keeping the doors open here and helping us do what we do here, especially with so many projects on the go at one time.
So many.
And with the idea that I want to go with the Gemini over there, so...
Which Michael just told me this morning, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, so please fund me. Yeah. Word of the day, I reckon go Postman Pat.
Alright, word of the day is Postman Pat because this is obviously an ex-Oz Post car.
Yeah, that's what it looks like now, yeah.
So 2 people that comment Postman Pat will pick 2 winners and send out sticker packs to. So anyways, we'll see you in the next episode.
Yep, see you then. Hey mate. Also, can we just point out that you're wearing pants?
Yeah, so I was really sick the past week and I've been on strict orders to wear pants. You need those hot hands packets.
I know, it's so cold today.
I'll put some gloves on. Some bitch mittens.
What are you doing?
I dropped the hose clamp.
Where?
I dropped it down the hose. God, I missed the hoist.
We can put it on the hoist.
No, it doesn't matter. I've done it. It's good. Can you get that?
Where'd it go? Oh, right in the middle of the car with all the fuel. And in theory, it works. In practice?
Jamie, you need to sell ball adapters.
Ball adapters, yeah.
Maybe with a little shaft to go inside.
Yeah.
Alright, what do you want me to do? There is a switch down here for the electric antenna.
I know, the electric... Oh, turn the thing on.
Ready? I've never had a car with a working electric
I found
antenna.
it today. I was like, oh my god, the switch
Ready?
works. Hey! Does it go back down? That's the question. That's a huge antenna. How good is it?
I've never had a working electric antenna. Come
know.
on, that's like the most common thing. That's not original either.
No, it's not original either. Someone spent a lot of time putting a lot of aftermarket stuff on this. Are
Like-
you going to replace the original radio back into it?
Yeah. Does anyone have an original radio? Let me know.
Yeah. Watch how scary this is, people. Anyone who owns a Ford will know.
Oh, that's on the end of its life, that one.
That's scary.
That's a bit hot. You know what the thing is? I have brand new set of door handles sitting at home.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. That's the job
Do you
for...
do like every other Ford guy that owns an XC?
Have
carries
spares.
them
I've had
around
those
with you?
door handles sitting there for ages.
Yeah.
Brand new rare spare ones.
I know guys that carry them in their glove box.
Yeah.
Look at the size of the filter. They must have been really worried about having dirty fuel back in the 80s.
Do we have a limited slip? No.
We know how to check.
We know.
So here's everybody's proof. We are still working on the Gemini at the same time. Pour concrete.